Hi, my name is Kate Bruner, and today we're talking about solving polynomial equations. So this first equation right here, we've got 2x squared minus 8x. So if we're solving for the zeros of this, what we're going to do is we're going to figure out what we can factor out. Well, how did this? We can factor a 2x out. So we factor out 2x, and that leaves us with x minus 4 equals 0. And then we have our two sets here, so we just set these equal to 0. And 4 minus equal to 0. And that's going to give us 0 and 4 as our two answers here. So, yep, that is correct. Okay, just want to make sure I did it right. So then the second one here, this one's a little bit more complicated, and this one is where a lot of people make mistakes. So the main thing you need to focus on is your parentheses, and you need to make sure you're factoring out as much as you can. So initially, see here, we can factor out a 2x because there's a 2x in each of these. So we're going to get 2x plus 1 and then a 2x minus 4. And then if we factor that out further, we get the x squared plus 1, x plus 2, and x minus 2. So this x squared right here, we've broken it up into the x plus 2 and an x minus 2. So we factored that out here. This one, we can't factor it any further because 1 is non-factorable. So we have to leave that as a squared. So this is going to be our answer here, is the x squared plus 1, x squared plus 2, x squared minus 3. So if we want to solve for the roots of this, we're going to set, again, each of these equal to 0, except for with this one, we're going to get an imaginary number because, again, we have to leave that squared plus 1, and that leaves us with that imaginary number. So our answer is going to be 2 minus, or a 2, a negative 2, and then a imaginary, and then a negative imaginary. And, you know, you may be thinking, what's the point of this? Why do I need this? And the answer is, if you're an architect or any sort of engineer, if you're working with any sort of curves, you're going to have to be using these equations. These are going to be really important. Think about if you're building a roller coaster, you have to know where the curves are, even roads and things like that. Anything that has to do with building a curve or analyzing a curve, this information is going to be really important. And again, like I said, with common mistakes that people make, super duper common to forget what you're factoring out. You don't want to factor out just 1x here. You want to factor out 2x. That way we can break it down to our smallest polynomial. And this is actually, we're going to get x minus 4 equals 4. I wrote that wrong, but our zeros again are 3 and 4. So another common mistake is just leaving out that there. That was an example of a common mistake that's made. So just making sure you're factoring out as much as you can to get that smallest thing, because if we only factored out 1x, then we're going to be left with 2, and that's going to make this problem a lot more complicated, where here it's just a couple steps, very simple. So that is my presentation. Thanks.